kitty. Did you get enough to sleep? Well, do me a favor. Don't sleep all day. Because all you usually do is sleep. All you do is sleep and watch TV. Why? Why, kitty? Why? Figure it out and then get back with me.
It's a 1 or a 0 or all this damn shit. I'm trying to write it down on a piece of paper and you're busy at work, so I was like, Dustin, what do you think this fucking shit says? I don't know. But no, right now we're talking about What? What are you doing? I had to brush my teeth. Why? April's the meaning? What? What are you doing? What are you doing, Cole? Cole, what are you doing?
All right, it is a Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and we're on our way. The Please Subscribe Show. I'm Cole, and I'm here to tell you, come along with me on this adventure of signing people up for ADT to protect their families from the danger and horrible aspects of fire, carbon monoxide, and burglary. It does happen. My grandparents suffered a home invasion. It affected their life, their entire existence. And there's nothing worse in the world if it can be prevented. Nowadays, with smart home technology, we can deter the thief before they even get on the property. All right. And then later on, I'll decide if I'm probably going to pick up food. I don't know. It looks like rain. I got to check out the rain. I'll look at the weather report. It's about 68. Yeah, looks like 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have to reset accumulated info. Resetting accumulated. And everything's zeroed out. All right, here we go. There I am. All right. And here's the F-18 Hornet that's set out in front of this cop shop. That thing's not even on Sales Rabbit.
I hear her voice in the shower. Sometimes late after hours.
It's a cool looking house.
Trying to get my head.
Love is patient, love is kind, and love never fails.
Kicking me out of bed.
Isn't that comforting to know? Love shall never fail. Yeah, there could be, there's shades, if you can see, like right there. You can't really with the water, but they have shades. That's the first sign. Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? That looks Airbnb. Almost certain it's Airbnb. Yeah, probably Airbnb. That's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna get property, Airbnb like crazy, dude. Yeah, that's Airbnb. There's no way that's a home. I mean, it's a home, but it's Airbnb. Oh, okay. Just a hard no, no, no. But you got to turn that no into a yes, yes, yes.
It's only me making fun of me.
I think one of my favorite documentaries is that one, Salesman, about these Catholic salesmen out there hitting door to door. One's Irish. He's like talking in an Irish accent, and I tell you, he didn't have an Irish accent, but he would go into an Irish accent. It was mostly based in character. That's what was so great. I would tell you, we can do one of those CODs. We can do a COD, or what we can do, it's like a 1969 documentary, black and white. It's like, what we can do is we can do a check. We can do a check. I don't remember them ever talking about credit card. This is like late 60s or mid 60s. They're out there in the snow, and they're selling like these encyclopedia Catholic Bibles, Now, we know that a lot of people, they may not be a part of the Catholic Church, but, we have this, we get a lot of the Protestants that come over and get that Bible. Probably did turn into a documentary, and some of them might be saying, hey, we could make some money off this. There's a possibility that there could be a bidding, because people could look at other people's footage on YouTube and see if they're making like a documentary, and they could lay down some money and say, okay, we know we can get some editors and turn this into stuff. We have to get your permission, to use it, That's a possibility. It could happen in any channel ever. And sometimes it does, but it doesn't matter if it does or doesn't. We're talking about studios. If the popularity is there, popularity, the studios bow to that. They know that YouTube's going to change. The Academy Awards are already planning to put their show on YouTube for a live stream in 2029, which is in a few years. They're already planning because YouTube is almost looking like standard television or even more. Some people only watch YouTube. You find people out there where they're like, I just watch YouTube. I don't have to pay extra, and like they've got entertaining stuff. I like vlogs, and there's people that like that do that. So you gain the popularity of the people. That's your studio right there. And YouTube has their own studio anyway, And if a company's like you're doing what you're supposed to do, and and the company's against that, well, that's just monopoly on the side of the company, because some people do work. Like, for example, Under the Radar Van, Matt, he actually has a real job. He goes to work in the office. We don't see him in the office, of course, for confidentiality, but he does it once a week. And then he has I think he works on an HP and he works on a Mac. He edits on a Mac, and his business stuff is on an HP, because I watch his channel. He's getting, larger and larger. It's like 10,000 subscribers. So the thing is like, are they against it? Well, we're in America. This is freedom of speech. So That they'd have to be against that. It'd be like if a company said, well, if you leave the work today, you leave the office, you better not talk to anybody. It's the same thing. The only difference is I'm just holding this, you know, and I'm just talking to you, you know. So I know it makes some sense, but we all have the right to be our own entrepreneur, you know. And so it'll always be up on the market. Now, if I did nothing, and I only listened to the commands of the company, then I would be that pure slave. And that would be a decision I'd have to make. And I've done it before. Listen, I've worked for many different places and didn't make any type of documentary, which I could have made a great documentary working in this call center that I worked at one time, you know. Then they wouldn't have allowed it. But if you have the opportunity to do it, and some people do, and some people don't, I'd take it. I'd take that opportunity, because that's what America is all about. America is about taking the opportunity that's given to you and going forward with it. Now, do I care about this company? And am I going to give the name? No, not necessarily. But do I care about it? Yeah, sure. I do. But I also care about myself, because I know that we're in a society where they're like, look, we know you hit all the quotas and we know you did this, but because of this, we got to go in our different direction. That can happen to anybody at any time. It can happen to you at any time. You know what I mean? All right, we got another one to go to. Just as I was talking, I must be psychic. That's right there, if you look at that, and we're going to get some information on that. That's from a film crew. Lioness. Lioness Season 3 has revised its schedule and will now be filming in your neighborhood on Thursday, February 19th. This is a filming location. Let me look at something. It says 2300. It's a current filming location. So we don't know. This is very rare that this happens. It's not that one. Okay. But for some reason, they're basically giving a notice to these people. I'm going to see if I can log. Estimate hours, Merrick Avenue. Okay. Through traffic. Oh, it's a traffic. It's a zoning thing. They'll have Fort Worth police officers helping on safe environment. This group effort maintains smooth filming experience. Oh wow. This is how they probably get some of the funding. Film Commission. Okay, and there's the map. So they don't want it on social media, it really is what it is. I'll look it up later. They have a permit. Yeah, so they've paid the city. There's road closures. I guess they have to tell the people, this is commissioned. What it is, it's probably a low budget film. This is how they're making money. I'll look up Lioness. I haven't heard of it. But it might be legit. I don't know. We'll put it back in here. Let them know. I don't know how they put that in there in the first place. This is small. It's a little sheet of paper. Right here. Maybe right here, like this. Probably under here, like that. There we go. Huh. Okay. I don't even know how they got it in there, man. They must have used some kind of tool or something. Okay. Alright. They got ink on it. It's like using cheap ink. Like they're using like jet ink. I don't know. I haven't looked up Linus yet. Season 3. So they have a permit. Yeah, they're probably back in the studio. I don't know if it's Taylor Sheridan. I know Taylor Sheridan was doing, he's the one that did Hell or High Water. He went to my high school. He was basically doing Madison on, right off of, right by Heisen's Pizza when I was working there at the time. There was even a guy that had an order for Taylor. There was an order for Taylor. I don't know if it was Sheridan, but it was like cheesecake or something. But it was his group that was doing it. He's one of the most talented ones out there. This one, I don't know anything about Linus. I haven't heard. Yeah, it is Taylor. Linus is Zoe Perego is one of the lead. It's shooting somewhere around here. I don't know if we're gonna have time. I wish I did, but you know, it's just busy. I've been on so many film sets when I was in Hollywood and stuff, and you know, it's kind of an Adam the Woo move, but we're gonna continue on knocking. So Taylor and I, we may not ever meet. And hey, listen, that's something that you come to conclusion doing this kind of stuff. Some people you meet the flock of your feather, you know, and if he has the same feather, then we will. But he's a stand-up guy. I respect him. I think he works. He's a hard-working producer and filmmaker and actor, and I'm sure it'll go great. I have no idea what it's about. I don't get to watch a lot of cable. I mostly do the Criterion Collection and YouTube. So good news to that. I kept that up there so they can figure it out. But I thought it was maybe one of my competitors. All right, so we're gonna go by and check it out and see. It's raining pretty bad right now. Well, not too bad, but we're just gonna get an idea of what this place is. I know that there was a restaurant that he used for Madison. Now this is supposed to be Linus. I don't know anything about Madison. I haven't seen it. Like, this is Paramount. So he's produced by Paramount. He used to be a soap opera actor. He's very buff. He could probably beat up most of all the other actors in Hollywood. He's a pretty big dude. But he wrote Sicario, which is one of my favorite Benicio del Toro movies other than Traffic. And I thought Benicio should have definitely been nominated for that one. I don't know if he was. But he was nominated. Benicio, and I you could say I worked with Benicio. I did. I was a student. But it was filmed. I was at the Actor Studio Drama School, the same one Bradley Cooper went to. And they did a shot of Benicio, and then they did a shot of me reacting. You know, I didn't do much of a reaction, but I still reacted. And I did get to talk to him. So he worked with Benicio on Sicario, and now he's doing this Linus thing. He's a good director, Taylor. All right, let's see if I can get this thing working. It's sticking like crazy. Nothing. There we go. Got something there. That's going to be the filming location. I just passed it. Oh, okay, I think I know what this is. It's like a grocery store. This is actually a really cool filming location right here in my vlog. This guy bought artwork like in Italy. He's got like a really cool sculpting thing. My mercy of Mary. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. It's got to be this little grocery store right over here. He's probably going to be filming in like right outside the grocery store. I'm going to go here and get this on that right there. Get this going on. Yeah, it's going to stick. I'm probably getting hit with radio signal injections. See how it's saying this? I'm probably being hit constantly by competition is what I'm thinking. They can freeze this thing. It'll hurt. Imagine if I froze their stuff in the middle of the thing. That's probably it. Yeah, they're gonna be filming here. We've been in there before. Whether he found the location or not, probably on the patio for Linus. They'll be filming right there. That's the filming location for Linus, or one of them, coming up about a week or so, on the 19th. stay away from all of it right now. Man. You want to get one of those right now? Look at this. Hi, can I knock on your door? Yeah, man. Good thing I brought something. Knock my freaking Apple Maps off, but it could be dry out, and the same thing happened with all that radio signal injection hacking. Yep, you hack until you back. You hack until you get the back, as in the backing. You keep hacking till you get the backing. Hack until you back. Boy, it's been a crappy day to Right, I probably would have called the filming location off until today. Now, I would have used it. I'd be like, we're using it, get tents. Man. Yeah, it's getting pretty serious pretty quick. There's flash flood stuff going off everywhere. I should go in with the iPad, dude. this road's starting to flood right here. They're gonna probably, I would say within 30 minutes, this might be shut down right here. Turn it back around. It's getting to where it's this road, this lane. Let's see if we can see them. You'll be able to kind of see it. This lane right here, where the flood gauge is, that one's probably gonna be closed. Eventually it'll probably, okay, so vocal's still working. Yeah, it's stuck because of radio signal injection, but I think Mick Lynn, yeah. As long as she talks, I guess it switched over to just turn by turn. I don't mind being annoyed. Yeah, there we go. So it knows that it's stuck. Quarter-mile destination on the left, probably down this way. But I can go here and show you the radio injection, and then we'll turn it off, and all right, I was able to get it back online. But I don't remember doing turn by turn. That must have reset too, but that's fine. We can just do alerts only, because I can reset it and just hit the YouTube and hit radio and back to media. I don't know why that works, but it works for me. If I go on YouTube and then I hit radio and back to media, it unsticks. But it was, all of a sudden, it was going unmuted, like turn by turn. I don't know, I didn't command that at all, so. Get a little bit better on the rain. Yeah, there is a bunch of stuff on the window right here. You can't see it, but I can. Stuff on the window somewhere right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Not moved in. center. That little river of death. That's got to be cleaned up right there. Brought to you by Spec. Where a girl's gonna have some fun. You know, you just go from yellow to red on me all of a sudden. Scorsese would be perplexed. And Hitchcock would be proud. He'd be wet in the shower scene. It'd be funny if Hitchcock had to do that scene instead of I don't know, I guess I should know this stuff. I'm gonna say Vivian later. I'll look it up later. I get so much shit wrong, you know, pathetic. Don't even know how pathetic. Probably it's gonna be that one, and there is a light on. Hawk's Maintenance is there. Yeah. Probably can use them. Look at this right here. My goodness. Alright. So what I can do, I'm going to try this out. My bifocal's broke. All right. They'll do for information. My goodness. Okay. As long as I just get the Glengarry leads, I'm okay with everything. I think they're here. She's got to wait on her husband. He hasn't helped her yet to move in, but they're in the process of moving in. And my thing is, it's like, it's not like we're selling HBO Max. You know, it's not that kind of thing. And they're going to get that kind of stuff anyway. They're going to spend that amount of money on entertainment, and if it all burns down and they're not covered, what's the point, you know? It's like a cup of coffee a day, basically, if not even that.
I think they're cheaper, but it's like they go by 12.
Right, it's like basically $4.99. I never had one before. It's a whole food protein, lactose free. It's a pea protein made out of pea and rice protein. It's pea protein. I don't know. $5 a little steep for just 40 grams of like pea protein. I forgot Trader Joe's was over here too. All right, let me do, how many legs do I get? 4 and 4? Okay. Let me do, I guess, 2 of these. And then, I guess, where's the thighs at? Those two, like, kind of like right there. Yeah, I'm going for the 2. Well, I was kind of pointing more to that one, but see what I'm kind of like. You know, that one's okay. The one you grabbed's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I got 2 of those, and then, yeah, go with the 2. Stay away from the fried one. And then, where are the thighs? Oh, all of those are thighs? And I get 2 of them? What's the difference between those and those right here? Right. So what is this? Let me get one of those. Well, we're doing the other one, the thigh. Yeah, perfect. And then, I guess, and this is, what is this one? And then what is that one? Yeah, let's do that one right there. Another thigh, yeah. All right, and that's 5. Your membership number in, and you get basically it for 5. This is like salami or something?
Yes, salami or pepperoni.
What is this like? What is this exactly?
Those are dried apricots.
Oh, okay.
And then anything that I have in these little things, just let me know and I'll serve you.
Oh, okay. I can't
Yes,
just
sir.
pick. I can't pick it.
Oh, yeah, you can pick it.
Oh,
with a
okay.
toothpick.
All right, let's kind of pick this. What is this?
That is figs.
Figs. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this is like a cheddar Gruyere. What is it?
That one is your Gouda Gruyere.
Gouda. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good. What is this right here? Chocolate?
Those are going to be chocolate covered cherries and chocolate orange.
All right, so this is like a chocolate covered what?
Want me to grab that one for you?
Yeah, if you could. That one's a... yeah, I'll try both. It's like a chocolate thing. All right, cool.
And no,
I got a big container of my husband ate it, but
it's going to be a cracker with brie and
looks like
fig
brie.
orange spread.
hey, it looks good.
Merely for decoration right there. That's brilliant. Man, these are pretty good. They got break from the rain. Usually when I start eating, it stops raining. You gotta have any breakfast at all. Come out and it's raining cats and dogs. Cheers. All right, so I gotta find a Valentine's card. This is a total of just $7 for all this chicken, basically, and plush thing. Like Starbucks provided me a courtesy cup of water. That's what it is. I was like, my goodness. I'm not eating all of this. I'm just getting some of it. I'm gonna use a lid, a plate. It's like a good deal, dude. You get all of this. $5 dude. $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get like 4 thighs and 4 legs. It's a freaking good deal. You get like a fried chicken leg right here. In New York, this would be $5. We're getting all of this. Basically, all of that for freaking $5. I almost wasn't gonna come in here. I was like, I'm gonna go buy Subway sandwich. It's a good deal. Then they have these like little basically it's like a habanero. It's like kind of spicy. Very good. I'm gonna save the rest for later. I got this right here. Oh boy, wouldn't believe this. I am like trying to balance all of this and not really be able to do it. Yeah, hang on. Here we go. 4 thighs and 4 legs, $5 if you have the membership card. That's the best deal in town, sir. You get 4 thighs and 4 legs. You can even do like fried or habanero, whatever it is, at Tom Thumb. You would not think that that was a good deal. I didn't even know until today. I was like, dang. So I ate like 4 of them. It's about 800 calories. Pretty good breakfast and lunch. And then we're gonna plow forward. Because, man, I was feeling weak at the door. What you want to do is you want to get a camera, right? These are all of it is technology Google. All Google technology, okay? You're going to have night vision. That's black and white vision, okay? It can separate. It can see faces. It can see items. It's also going to have facial recognition and package recognition, okay? Someone drops off a package. Basically, it's going to send a note to your phone and notify you. Everything and all our smart items can notify you by text. to your smartphone. If you get a thermostat, for example, this is a smart thermostat, why would you want to do that? Well, it can save your whole house. Let's say if a fire happens and everything's burning down, you're like, oh no, the house is burning down. Well, if you weren't there, okay, what's going to happen is your air conditioner is going to kick on because, you know, it gets hotter, so your air conditioner kicks on and it's not a smart thermostat. It's going to fuel that fire. It's going to burn it down in 10 minutes rather than 15, right? That 5 minutes makes a big deal because a fire department can get suited up in 1 minute. They can get on the road within 2 minutes and save your entire fortune. And your kids and your kitties, your doggies, everything else that could perish in the fire. Okay? That's the difference between our fire alarms and your fire alarm is our fire alarm is going to call the fire department. Yours is just going to beep and annoy the neighbors. And they're probably not even going to hear it by the time the fire's coming out of the windows and glass is breaking and there's big thick smoke. Oh, another thing about our fire detector is it recognizes thick smoke. So if you're cooking bacon or eggs or something, it's not going to go off on that white smoke and annoy you. Also, it reads in the wall of the heat. So if electrical fire, it'll know. The thermostat you can control with your phone anywhere in the world. You can also open your garage if you're in the Virgin Islands, and you can lock your door and schedule to lock your door. So let's say if you're driving to work and you forget it's 10 a.m., you could schedule that smart lock to lock for you. You're not going to get better than that. And let's see if they're home. It's the one that says garden over there, or guardian. I'll probably give them my crappy, wet, soggy flyer. Looks like they're already moved in right there. All right, I got 4 pieces left. 4 legs with a little icon of legs and thighs. Fried and habanero. How do you spell habanero? And I got you a Valentine. I don't know how high, so we go that way. Oh, we do $1 million home? Do $1 million home right there. I mean, $1 million home, you'd be crazy not to cover it monitor-wise, but, you know, you never know. There probably are, but there could be the other guy they're waiting on, and he had maybe showed, or because he's too busy signing up other people. He hadn't been able to get around, and they're too busy coming back and forth, moving everything in. They haven't settled yet, and they're still waiting, and they're like, well, I guess so. We'll choose you, you know what I mean? You never know. We're going to try it anyway. It's $1 million home. The other one's $1.2 million. That means it's $1,200,000. That's not a whole lot nowadays, though. Most homes, a lot of homes range between $300,000 to $500,000. You got a lot of them up there in the $700,000 range too. Look at this walking trail over here. $1 million home. Doesn't look it though, does it? All right, I know what it is. It's okay. Remember old equipment. Let me take off my shoes, or do you want my shoes on? Now, you want to put call now for free installation and put a star by it, and then send that through. That is one wet squirrel. Yeah, what a windshield wiper. Boy, he can hear that windshield wiper. He's running right. Big time. He made it to the bushes. There's his buddy right there. Yeah. Let's see what he does. Hey, squirrel, are you interested in monitoring? What about a fire alarm? Yeah, he hid. Yeah, he's scared. Some of those squirrels are they're pretty secure. They got a great monitoring system. They just run away. They monitor each other from a distance. When they fight, they actually chomp on each other's balls. gonna pass on this one. I should have. Redfin didn't show a great picture. Blankets being tossed over you. Voice changers. Stay still, you get shot. $100,000 worth of jewelry being stolen. My grandparents, and my dad were in jewelry business. Jewelry, you know. He was a jeweler, but he was also a refiner. So he refined precious metals like gold, silver, and diamonds. They had money, and it leaked. And I think I know why. I've got some theories. There's a really good movie. It's with Ethan Hawke and Philip Seymour Hoffman. And that I seen that movie and I'm thinking, it's a good movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman's passed away, but it's called Don't Let the Devil Know You're Dead. Sidney Lumet or something like that. Sidney Lumet. It might be Sidney Lumet. I should know these things. It's a great movie because it's an inside job in the movie. It was their sons that robbed their father's jewelry store and accidentally killed the mother, and then the father goes back and kills Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is his son. Albert Finney's in it, plays the father. It's brilliant. It's like a Greek drama almost. Marissa Tomei is in it. I always think it was that going on in my family, you know, because we did have a relative that had a voice changer. His name was Zeke. He passed away, I think, before my grandfather did. My grandfather would die way later of just basically natural causes and strokes. And no one really questioned it, but he had kind of a weird girlfriend, Zeke did, and he talked like this, but he couldn't jump a fence. Not in a million years. Now, the person that did this could jump a fence. So my dad had a bad leg, and my dad couldn't have jumped a fence at that time. I don't think he could have. I couldn't have either because I had a cast up to my waist. I had a cast up to my crotch, from my toe to my crotch. It was a bad break, so it rules me out. Whether it was my sister's friends, I don't know. I can tell you this, and I will say this. She did kind of mess around with some of the uppers to do math work when she was in high school. This is right around that time. And she used to sit there and tweak and teach me algebra. She's no longer around, but whether it was one of her friends, because later on there would be a murder connected to one of her friends because she basically thrusted a knife in her father's chest because he was a meth dealer. Whether that was connected or not, I don't know. My sister jumped out of the window, though. You gotta put all the characters in there and think. But they did have voice changers, so we don't know to this day. They were never. That's why home invasion's horrible. You never know, at least you catch them. Is this a personal home invasion? Is it strangers? And it's creepy, like, lay under the blanket, don't move, or I'll shoot you. It's that kind of thing. And my grandma got hit on the head with a globe. Like a globe of the earth that spins. She got hit on the head with it and was bleeding. And they were laid under the blankets. No one was killed, but my sister had to jump out of the window. Horrible thing. Well, the home invasion that happened back in 1988 in Haltom and Diamond Lock to my grandparents, the safe was actually kept underground. A lot of, I'm not putting any blame on Hispanics, the Latinos, but they feel Mexico that everything underground from like Mexico and Texas belongs to them. I've heard this before. It's like a superstition kind of thing almost. So the safe was a lock. It twisted, opened, and it was in underground. So the safe was under the house. It was kept there. It was a real safe. And that's the key they were trying to get. They did not get that key. My grandfather would let them kill him. He would not give up that key. None of us knew where that key was. That key was where his fortune was kept. I guess a lot of it, gold bars and things like that. Probably diamonds too. But they did get all the jewelry, like about $100,000 of jewelry that was on the counters and kept in like jewelry cases and the bedrooms and stuff. They went for the bedroom. That's where they hit my grandmother over the head because she ran after her. Probably her wedding ring, they ripped that off her finger too. But they did not get that key. He kept it in a lock. He would have had to die for it, probably most likely. Because that was it. They got that. They got everything. That was with my dad on my dad's end. Never happened to my dad. My dad had always had a gun. Usually, he had to pull a gun on a few employees. There were a few employees that they would bring guns to work too, because they were all in jewelry. And they would take the rings that were worth thousands of dollars and put them on the barrel of the gun and sneak that through the metal detector. One of them was caught. My dad had to pull a gun on him for the police there, citing with the theft charge, which was a big-time felony. That's like, one of those rings were like $20,000 and stuff like that. But if they had got that key, they would have got my grandfather's fortune too, though. She's like, "You're that fear-mongering stuff. You better watch it. I got a young daughter. But if I got a gun, and they come in here, I'm locked and loaded. You don't want to use it. You don't want to go down that route, especially if you're in California. They'll drag you into court. They practically have to be Charles Manson before you shoot them." It can be a case. You can't just go around shooting people. They can still drag them into court. It could be a crazy person. Like, well, why'd you shoot him? He was a nut. He didn't know what he was doing. I was in their garage, though. She looked kind of a little snappy. That fear-mongering stuff, well, listen, emotional selling does not hurt in this business. We're not selling vacuum cleaners. I wonder who Patrick is. I usually don't do this. It has a smart lock on it, so I was wondering if maybe... Yeah, they're getting kind of bitchy. I should have had a Subway sandwich. Yeah, some of these are good, and they're getting kind of bitchy. That was a cute little dog, though. Cute little doggy. Little doggy. Little doggies are so cute. Little doggy in there. Looks like they're U-hauling. This could be the one. Billowy. School, I played Boo in The Marriage of Bet and Boo. Christopher Durang, my best friend at the time, Rob Vasquez, he played a grandfather that had a speech problem, and every night he would eat a turkey leg, a whole turkey leg throughout the performance. I guess he got it at the grocery store, probably Tom Thumb. You get a little grocery store turkey legs. And look at this right here. There goes the squirrel. You can't. So he would come out on stage and he would begin to talk this gibberish, like, and he would get laughs because I'd never seen anything like it. It was like it was a robot. And then, what in the world is that? Hang on, just give me a second. Back to my friend Rob and Marriage of Bet and Boo. I played Boo. Jennifer Black, who ended up studying at the Moscow Art Theater. I studied at the Actors Studio in New York. She studied at the Moscow Art Theater. Moscow. It's where Stanislavski taught. But anyway, she played Bet. I played Boo. We did some pantomime in it. It was actually pretty good. It was a really good performance. And he, like I said, he ate this turkey leg every night. He would just nibble on it throughout the performance, and then it was a bone at the end of the performance. And he had an Orange Crush. I believe it was Orange Crush or something like that he was drinking. Either in one of these, it was like in one of these things with a straw. And I was like pretty hungry. And sometimes we'd get Taco Bell before the performance. We'd have the runs really bad. Taco Bell was a little bit different back then. So we stopped kind of doing that because it was like, man, I barely could get through that little scene. And so I was backstage and I grabbed his Orange Crush and the little thing, you know, and I took a drink of it, and it was like oily with turkey juice, and it was like hot, and it had like turkey juice in it. We did Mass Appeal. That's the one Bradley Cooper did to get into the actor studio. We did a scene from Mass Appeal. I played the younger. I did the younger character in it, and Rob did the Jack Lemmon character. And I remember there was a scene where he gives me his car keys. It was like the key to like one of the rooms or something in the seminary school, because they were both studying. Well, he was studying to be a priest. The other one was already a priest. And he like hands me the keys, and I remember him handing the keys and doing this like Jack Lemmon pat on my hand, you know. It was like he turned out to be a playwright, but he was like a really good actor, to act with. I used him in Once in a Lifetime, which is a feature, and From Now Until Morning, and I believe I used him in The Way of Man, but I didn't get to use him on that side, so not all three. We're coming up on the Dickies. This one's a possibility too. 625. She works at the bank, she works in the store. She don't go for old stuff anymore. She likes to get high, listen to the... We float down here, Georgie. We float. It's kind of like that Japanese kind of thing. Oh yeah, that's nice. Uh-huh. This is literally 600 feet. So it's like, I guess it's like taking 600 steps, maybe 500 steps probably. It's like, we got an Audi right there. It's really, some people say it's a numbers game. Some people need it. You know, some people want it. They're just waiting. It's about fitting the peg in the hole, as they say. And I delivered pizzas with Hysons to that one. And that's their neighbor. Linda sent a photo. Oh, Kitty's poop box. Kitty got a new poop box. Yeah, nothing but windows, but there's a plant. That's a well-disciplined squirrel. There he goes. He's doing burying one of those acorns. Yeah, it looks like they might need a smart home thermostat. And a plant protector. We don't have the plant protectors yet. Hey man, there's kids around here and stuff. Freaking Sonata Hyundai. You're fucking with my Jim Jamarsh. Not moved in. Wonder if Sheridan will take advantage of some of these neighborhoods, some of his movies. It's gonna be that one where the squirrel is. I can't tell. This is a house that kind of like Mildred lived in, one of my girlfriends. She lived in something similar, but I don't think it was 2 stories. Both patio lights, I would say not moved in. Serial killer that I'm writing about in the fictional novel Rib. He probably knows the Trinity River really well, him being a pretend cop. But he's actually, he's in the story, he's legally a cop, but he's a serial killer. He hacked his way into the department. He was once NYPD. Looks like Ray Fiennes. But he would dump a lot of the migrants in different areas of the Trinity. That's what you're looking at right there. That's the Clear Fork Trinity right there. And usually in the winter time, when there's ice, so their body would float under the ice. He called it the clear, cold baptism. It's very clear what they were dying for. You have to read the story. It gets kind of creepy. I don't get into a whole Daniel lately. He's more of like a Halloween time. The last time, he also has a place on the top of the tower downtown. So he's somewhere downtown. There's Bass. There's Sundance. There's Cheesecake. There's Embassy. There's a JFK tribute. He goes for the migrants because they don't have a social security. Episcopal Church. The Omni Hotel. I think the road that it's on, it's not 10th. Well, I do appreciate you chiming in and, watching me eat chicken and knock on people's doors. And thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. Big thumbs up. Also, you might want to look at that. I'll put a PayPal. I might put it here. I probably won't. Because I speed edit. So you can just look at it in the description. I mean, what can I say? I don't have what was the editor Scorsese used? They always talked about her. I think she may not. I don't know if she's still. Remember Shoemaker? Is that her name? Well, anyway, thanks for subscribing. And if you'd like to leave the PayPal, go ahead. It's in the description. It's basically just paypal.me/Cole Spivey. It's not hard to find. It's the one that has the ADWC on it. That's another separate kind of organization thing, secret organization, or whatever you want to call it. It's basically actors, directors, writers that love Christ. That love Christ. Why not? Whoop, there goes a pin. Complex at TCU building. I'm thinking maybe dorms. It could be academic, but I think it's going to be extra dorms. I think you have to live on campus the first year. That's how it was with Wesleyan. Live on campus the first year. I think sophomore year you might have to move. Not for sure. Not that they all do that. There's probably empty dorm rooms where people just say that they are and they live somewhere else. It's tough living in a dorm room. I've had different type of roommates. I've had one from Guatemala that was a freedom fighter that was shot in the legs, but he was still pretty strong. Then I had another roommate that kind of reminded me of Spike Lee, and he snored like really, really loud. I'm thinking about me snoring loud. This guy, he could wake up you could hear him snoring at a Van Halen concert. wow, that looks like maybe a move out. Yep, that's a move out. That was Jennifer's old home. They revamped it. Yeah, this is up for sale, new construction and remodeling. They're still remodeling it. My goodness. One thing I don't like about Apple Maps is it does a lock code. When you're driving, it'll lock it, and then you have to put your code in. It's the only GPS that does that. Boy, squirrel almost committed suicide. Luckily, he kept on going for that nut. Thing about Adam the Woo, I know he's passed away. They're going to have the celebration in California. It's something called, I have to get back to you on it. I don't remember the name. It's some kind of garden. But it's supposedly going to be like tens of thousands of people. But, you know, Adam was like, well, you know, I'm pretty much just going to search out this filming location. Like, he was not after money at all, but yet he died rich. There's a squirrel right there. But his thing was like, well, I'm going to live in a van for 2 years, live in my RV for a couple of years. And I can find these filming locations, you know. People are like, what's a filming location? Then he would like zoom in on a squirrel and start talking about, oh, it's got a big old nut. You know, and then he would also go and find abandoned structures, you know. I mean, that's what he did for the day. Wonder if they're home. He had no desire to really make money, yet he made a lot of money. That's just interesting. Oh, yeah, I can't tell. There's no car. That's 00. I'm looking for another one. Maybe that one. I gotta find what I'm looking for. I think it probably is the one with the kid thing and the squirrel. Kid thing and the squirrel. A swing and a 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 squirrel. And a squirrel. A swing 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 and a squirrel. It's a pretty cool couch. Hey, door to door for today, starting around maybe 10 in the morning and going to almost 5. That's what we're dealing with. About 45 on the mileage. So we're going to switch over. This is the part of the show where you get to watch me pick up food at restaurants and drop it off at squirrels on your porch. Well, at least drop it off where the squirrels might look at it. Sometimes they might try to get it, especially the ones we have to take a photo. Beware of the Valentine trickery. So if they say mark is complete for a handoff, make sure you hand it off. They'll get you on it. They'll get you on a contract V. You know what I mean? You don't want to get that. So if it says hand it, and keep calling until you hand it. It tricked me the other day over there on the borderline going towards Crowley. The guy said, just leave it on the door and knock once. That's all he had to say. So he got it for free. But, you know, I don't know how they know if you hand it off to them anyway, you know? So I left it at the door, which I shouldn't have done that. I should have left it in his hands. Let's see. On the argument, you handed it off to the customer. Even though they called, then it's, you know, your lie between his lie. But I could have handed it off to the customer. No, he called me and told me to put it on the doorstep, which is the thing. And you can't do that on a handoff. So on handoffs, mark is complete. Be wary on the Valentine trickery. You know, once I get the software, Final Draft, and I get back into playwriting, I might get a composite and try it, composite book. But what it is like, they're like $2 at the grocery store. You know, those little composite books. I put that's usually a play when you fill up one of those. You can't write too much on a play, then you have a 5-hour play like a Shakespeare play that people don't like watching that. They want like a 90-minute play, you know. But anyway, we're talking about a stage play. about delivery. And so there'd be a squirrel in it, He's like, why are you taking my photo? And so maybe the squirrel could talk to the guy that's driving every once in a while. And then it shows the squirrel on stage. Or maybe an actor could play the squirrel on stage, and then he's driving. He's like behind the wheel. It's kind of like this, He's driving, it's like, those like Driving Miss Daisy, they put the little steering wheel out there. Then, you could have him getting out and he's vlogging, he's like a vlogger. And it could be between him and a squirrel. And then he has like memories of his high school girlfriend. And then like all of a sudden it stops, he's younger and she's like next to him, and he's talking to her and what are you going to do in life? And then he goes back to her hometown to drop off food. Then it could get advanced in Act 2 where he's doing door-to-door and dropping off food. Then he goes home to this lady that's kind of, there's a dog back there, like a drunk lady. Hang on, Bubba Woods right there. Okay, I was wondering because it wasn't leashed. It's a collar. Okay, lost it. That's called Bobo Woods. Look at that big old, look at that, man, wow. That's a lot of trees. Alright, we're going to do several shots. We're going to do one of Bobo Woods. And then of the iguana. Trying to wonder if maybe Apple would let me bring in a hair dryer and a guitar pick to get my tempered glass protector from Pure Gear off my iPhone. If so, I wonder if they'd let me bring in the hair dryer. Because what you do is you turn the hair dryer on low and you basically, I'm trying to get this shot, but people kind of know I am and it's kind of bugging them. There it is. You put the hair dryer on low and then you, about 6 feet from, not 6 feet, I'm sorry, about 6 inches, 6 inches? Yeah, I want to say it's it's about, I'd say 10 inches. 10 inches from the phone and maybe 6 to 10 inches of the phone, depending on how you feel. And then it starts to kind of do it after 15 seconds. It loosens the adhesive. And then you take a guitar pick and then you just pop off the tempered glass. I'm just wondering if they'd let me do it in front of them. I am going to do a vlog on it. I'm projecting at least 100,000 to 200,000 views eventually on it. It's going to be titled, and I'm not going to do it anytime soon. I have to wait till I get my my Otter Defender because I have a Pelican casing. I'm going to get an Otter Defender casing. So I'm projecting about 100,000 views on it eventually, maybe up to 1 million over time. Because what it's going to be called is I removed the tempered glass off my iPhone 17 Pro with a hair dryer and guitar pick. I might not use a guitar pick, but I might say that. But I have a guitar pick. I just don't know if it's a real flimsy guitar pick. I'm just trying to think if that's the title. You can also use a credit card to, it kind of scrapes it off. Just look it up on Google. One thing that you do want to do when you're doing that is if you have cracks on the tempered glass for the protector, you want to put Scotch tape on the parts of the broken part of the glass. The little tiny cracks that are in there if you have that. Because it'll stay together that way. So the Scotch tape is important, the blow dryer is important, and if you want to use a guitar pick, get a real thick one, or you can use a credit card. And so you tape it first. I've studied this on Google. So you tape it down first, and then you take the hair dryer about 6, 7, maybe 8 inches from the actual glass of the phone. And you wave it back and forth on low, on the hair dryer on low, like you're hair drying the phone for about 15 seconds, but you do it away from the phone, not close up. You want to keep it distant. That way it gets more loose. The adhesive starts to ungel, if that's a word. It starts to loosen. Then you take a card and you just scrape it right off. That'll get a lot of views. Talk about talent. Hey, William Shakespeare be writing that stuff. Had 4 more pieces left. So one of my favorite shows, of course, is Better Call Saul. And I remember in the show, you know, he was a defense lawyer. Oh, I could have got a courtesy cup. I got a courtesy cup at Starbucks. I could have got one right here. He's basically like the opposite of a prosecutor. What's that called anyway? Spilled some water on the rainwater. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Public defender. And so he ends up meeting these 2 young kids and starting a film company for a little while. It's a great episode. Bob Odenkirk. What's going on with the restrooms today? There's one that's sideways right here. So there's every single place that we're talking about, from Starbucks to Flower Child. What's this restaurant? What's this? This is not a restaurant. This is a boutique. Oh, it's called what? Williams Sonoma. Yeah, Williams Sonoma is also, every single restroom there's a line for it. So far I've been in Williams Sonoma, Flower Child over here, Starbucks over here where I got my courtesy water waiting for me under the letter J. Lines for the restroom. No vacancy. Everybody has to use the restroom when it's raining. You ever notice it rains when you're hungry and then you have to use the restroom? The line for the restroom is longer than the line to get coffee in this particular Starbucks. I got my piping cold water. I have been drinking a little bit of coffee. I left my chicken over there, but I really gotta pee. So my dilemma right now is I could go back and guard the chicken, or I could just carry it with me. I just don't want to bring the chicken in the restroom. And there's no way I'm getting into Starbucks anytime soon. I gotta maybe I don't know, set an appointment to use the restroom at Starbucks. I don't even know I've never seen anything like it. Look at this. See that guy waiting right there? He's waiting for the restroom. It's like maybe 10 people in there, and then Sonoma, it's no vacancy. I might try the Staples over here, but I can leave my chicken here next to this rag, and it looks like maybe someone's sitting here waiting. They'll probably leave it alone. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going this way. IHOP. Staples is probably cool. It'll probably be fine there. I just don't like the fact of bringing in chicken in the restroom. The Staples one's probably okay, and I could maybe look at the printers, thinking I've got the most upgraded MacBook, which has a A4 processor. They just came out with the A5 processor, but I got the A4. It's doing fine. It could take up an hour and 36 AirDrop. Load that baby right into iMovie. All you gotta do, tap on, it's not touchscreen, but you take a little wireless mouse, and tap on the first one, hit control, scroll all the way to the last one, hit control, find a transition, tap on that, hit all. After you hit all, you basically it's all highlighted. You go to transitions only, then you just hit delete, and then you give it a title, and then boom, that's called speed editing. I can do it in about a minute or two. It takes me 10 minutes of video editing at night, unless I don't want to cut stuff. I don't really need to. I'm kind of like Spielberg. Everything I edit in my head, so everything I lay down, bam, it's good to go. I can get all the editing done 10 minutes now, but the AirDrop actually does take a little bit longer, so it's not exactly 10 minutes. The airdrop can take a few minutes. It can take 10 or 20 minutes, but the work is mostly in waiting. It's in just being patient. So basically what it is like you get the work done really quick, then the airdrop you send first. Once the airdrop arrives, then you wait a little bit. You do that little process where you just tap on the first one, go to the end, tap on that one, hit the transition, you put apply all, you cut, then you basically, it's kind of like an export almost, and it starts to export it, I guess. Then you wait maybe, it can be a while. I don't know, I never timed it. Maybe 10, maybe 20 minutes, and then that creates a file, and then you upload. Depending on your internet speed, that can take anywhere between 10 minutes to 6 hours. But you still, supposedly you still have to decide on what they want to watch. But how can I be wrong with the squirrels? I'm gonna give them a thumbs up because there's no line. You know, there's no one waiting right there. So they get a thumbs up. I was thinking about this for a second, you know, because I have different options to create a cool video opening. I guess you call it an intro. Adam the Woo pees in an abandoned structure. You kind of see him backwards, but you don't really see it, but you just see him kind of like pretending like he's peeing, or he's really peeing, like using the restroom, like peeing number one. If you were doing it into a restroom, it would be far more obscene than if you did it in an abandoned structure. To me, it's like, okay, that's kind of funny. But if he was like in a restroom, you know, like in a urinal, he was like sitting there like, you know, like this, you know, like this was like this, you know, and he's like, you know, like, and then he flushes, you know, like, for some reason that would be more obscene than doing it in an abandoned structure. Isn't that weird how video is? My hair is kind of wonky. All right, I'm in Staples right now. I'm gonna go eat some of my chicken and then start the second shift. I'm sorry, clearance $240? That didn't seem like a clearance price. The most expensive like replacement thing is like a cartridge. I do like the idea of printing my screenplay out myself on my own printer. The problem is I attempted to do it with Grace, aka Weirvlog, and it only printed like the first 10 pages, and then everything else started printing like an encrypted code or something. It was really weird. Oh, ready for takeoff. Pretty decent price, dude. $159. It prints and scans. You can scan, do all your business. This is also a copier. Acts as a copier. It's a Jet Pro print, pretty similar. I have the Envy myself. I've only vlogged it like maybe once or twice. This Envy, let me see. This is laser. Oh, this is laser for 200 laser printer. That's not bad at all, really, to be honest. My particular cartridge here goes for around $28, and they'll ship it for free. The only thing is they have an extra large version at $75. So I don't know about that. But he told me that I could go up to the counter, purchase it, because I showed it to him online at $28.88. They'd get it at that price because it's listed online, and they'd ship it to you at no charge. They just put your address in right there. So it's like you're buying it, you just have to wait for it to arrive. Of course, you know, you got to worry about the possible thieves grabbing it if you don't have the proper camera. If you're using Ring or Nest, there's a good chance they can scramble the camera with a high frequency device known as a scrambler. Wah, wah. Yeah, so I got 4 pieces left. Bottoms up. Habanero. Not bad. Kind of makes you feel primal. So 246, that's about 600 calories. If I polished off this one, it'd be 800, but I'm gonna save that one for later. Yeah, $600 meal. I mean, sorry, 600 calorie meal. Unless, of course, the vlog gets a lot of money. All right, Zap Kitchen, a really good one too. Here we are on confirming about 5:30. That's where, and it's literally about 100 yards would be there. So 200 yards, 350, maybe 400 yards. I mean, I don't want to Frogger across that. You ever played Frogger? So I'll probably just, you know, get there through technology. It'd be cool if I could time travel there. Then I could get to the every order like maybe a minute early. Yeah, I'm gonna pitch probably a project, maybe Paramount or maybe Touchstone, about a time traveling delivery man. So he's pretty good at delivering, but not the best. But he does figure out time travel through the NE theory. It's basically a new energy theory. NE equals dm cubed times the speed of light squared times dm cubed times mass and the speed of light squared, which is basically the theory for time travel. So what he really does is, if he's late, he just freaking time travels. So he can go as slow as he wants, as long as he time travels and gets there quick. He could even probably eat some of the meals, go back and repick them up. Now tell me something, you know, 88 miles per hour, that was good. But a time-traveling delivery man. Yeah. So he gets a pizza, he eats it, then he time travels back and gets it again, then drops it off a minute early. Now you just got to figure the detail. The guy's right there trying to sneak past. He's actually a deliverer. He just put it in the back seat. He might have picked it up for himself. I didn't see a bag. Sometimes they're a little low down, so they keep it on the low down kind of. But I'm trying to sneak in here. Oh, I got one on the other side right over here. We got to go Zap. Zap Thailand. I am getting used to the Pelican a little bit. It is easy to access with a little dent in the side of it, a little chunk in the side of it. I'm not completely against it. I have a feeling if I switch over to the Otter, it is stickier in the hands. So it's a little thing that goes like on the side. It's like a little, almost like a missing notch or something. It's hard to describe. The Pelican is very light, and when I first got it, it was easy to drop. So, I don't know. There's like a little tiny chink in the tempered glass. It's called the Pure Gear protector. But anyway. And there's some Okies eating Zap. And from Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. So it's Chicago, Oklahoma, Nevada. Illinois, then Oklahoma, then Nevada, then California. That's pretty much how TCU looks in front of a house. I'm saying 614 with a 1 minute leeway. But it's residential. The car salesman for the Kia, the 2020, I don't know, what are we, 2024, maybe this one. Anyway, whatever it is. And you're like, oh yeah, this is CarPlay. Yeah, you just plug it in, you know, with this thing. and it works great. If it sticks, no big deal. Just take your phone, turn it on YouTube, put it on a channel, then hit radio and media, and it goes right back. Because that's what I do. Hang on. Barely. The flash takes quite a bit to activate on these iPhone 17s. Look right down here. If you're looking for something, you put your hand down here, it can actually grab your hand. If you're, got a normal American sized hand, you put your palm through there like you're looking for a pen or something. That's key. I need to work on that. It almost like cuffs your hand for a second. Pelican doesn't just fall out of your hand, it kind of launches out of your hand because of these. It's got all these like ridges, like the ridge right here, and then like that. The Defender doesn't have that. The Otter, it's like a smoother grip. This is also very, very light. It's a very light thing. So for me, it just doesn't have the balance. Although, if you look right here at the top where my finger is, it has like a little notch right there. That can activate the camera quicker. It's one of the features for the iPhone 17. So it's on the side of it. But it'd be cooler if it was flat. You'd still be able to activate the notch. But you can activate it clearly because they leave it exposed. And that's kind of cool, but ultimately I would go with the Otter. That's what I asked for, the Otter Defender. It's a big selling day for the vendors. Just don't ask them for social or passport. All right, this is where I went to high school. Same with Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan's about to do Lioness. Coming up here in about a week or so. They're going to do it right over there off of Merrick Street. And that's Pascal. That's where I went. I emphasized in two different things at Pascal. What I really loved was theater arts. I was in John David Templin's theater class, and I was in all the lead plays and all. I had a lot of energy. The other thing I loved was creative writing. I was in Bob Reed's creative writing class. We could write poetry and short stories. We even wrote plays. So you go one part of the high school way over there towards the south side, which is where the creative writing room was in Bob Reed's. And then on the north side, way over this way, was basically John David Templin's drama room. And I was crazy about both. And I was writing screenplays in high school. I was writing plays. We were doing plays, monologues. What's that called? Dramatic interpretation. We would dress up, in costume. We did Tom Jones. I played Tom Jones. We did The Good Woman of Szechuan. I played the pilot. We did Bertolt Brecht's play. Oh man, I'm going completely blank. I'm kind of tired. We did River and Ravines. I played John Proctor. I think that was his name. No, John Harper. Sorry, John Proctor was in Crucible. John Harper in Rivers and Ravines. And the Good Woman Szechuan, what was the first one? It was like, I remember how to sing it, though. It was like, stop all the troops. Here, Mother Courage. Yeah, Mutter Courage. We did Mutter Courage. I played the cook. And we did the Marriage of Bet and Boo. I played Boo. And we did, and then when I got to college, I played Stanley in Streetcar Named Desire. And then, like, I worked with a theater group around here, played like Arlecchino. I think the last big role that I had was 2019. It's been a while. I played Richard III in a studio version it was basically a showcasing makeup and costumes for this director that liked makeup and costumes. And I played Richard III, and that was my last stage appearance. It was a small film theater in Dallas. Other than that, I just been doing YouTube for about 7 years, I guess. 20, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, yeah. About 7 years of YouTube. And I haven't gone back to the theater, so it can happen. I am good. The green dots right there. Yeah, what is that? Is that an Android?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're doing 20 times. I'm doing basically on a 200 millimeter. It'll go. I'll just show it to you. It goes like this. It goes
Is this an app
point. It goes. Well, 0.5 is the 13 millimeter.
Yeah.
Then it goes 24, 48, 100 millimeter, 200 millimeter, and then it goes 16 notches up. So this is basically 24 meters, 48, 100 millimeters, 200, and then 16 more notches. I can see like the pilot in a helicopter fly over. You can see like you can see the name on it way back here. They're playing Rick Springfield. That was my first concert I ever went to, and I was about 12. I went to the Human Touch concert at the Reunion Arena in Dallas. They take forever at Torchy Tacos. And like, remember last time on the show, if you watched that vlog, it got me in a little bit of trouble. I was talking to this guy about tempered glass and his Galaxy. He has a Galaxy, I believe it's a Galaxy Ultra 20 something. We were talking about how we cracked our tempered glass, but the tempered glass on mine is a screen protector tempered glass, so it can crack. I just have to get a blow dryer, a guitar pick or credit card, and some Scotch tape. Peels right off with the credit card after you know, the whole blow dryer routine for 15 seconds. And, you know, then you switch over to an OtterBox Defender. All right, this guy's going. This happens all the time on this road right here. So hopefully he'll just go over that way and then just kind of like turn around. This road is the most common. They need to fix it in Fort Worth. He's turning around now. But I've caught so many of them going around this way. It's like crazy. Finally, he turned around. They had red reflectors and arrows pointing, don't go this way. Like a whole overhead thing before something really happens, you know? All the lights are on. All right, so I understand when you touched the alarm clock, it was hot. So you took the battery out. Where did you put the battery? Okay. So what did you do with the alarm clock? Can you see the alarm clock? All right. So you moved the alarm clock, right? Did you unplug the alarm clock? Okay. Where did you put the alarm clock? Can you currently see the alarm clock when you're talking to me right now? Okay. So don't throw it away. Did you throw away the alarm clock? You can see the alarm clock, right? Okay. We'll talk about it when I get back. All right, Lioness is in season 3 with Paramount Plus, with Taylor Sheridan being the director. He's doing his filming location right here, and this is not the only time this year, or at least now, that he has taken advantage of Fort Worth to use for filming locations. He's done it with Madison too. He's loosely tied to that as well. I think one of the writers, he is tied to Lioness, and he is doing the filming location coming up here soon. He doesn't want it on social media, of course, but it's going to be there. He just doesn't want a big crowd, but they're going to show up here early in the morning, probably like 6 in the morning. There's zoning. There'll be police around guarding. The movie star will be here at this Roy Pope right here. They're going to be shooting right there for the movie. So probably a scene. Where are we at? Well, Byers Avenue is right there. And we're on Merrick. I want to say it might be 1200 Merrick. I wrote it down today. It's in the vlog, what it is. Let's look. This is Merrick. Okay. So that says 2200. It might be 1200. No, it goes up, increases. So it might be 2600 Merrick. But we'll get it later. It's basically that Roy Pope grocery store is the way to find it. That will be going on early morning, I believe on the 16th of this month. So Taylor Sheridan will be there. I might try to go up there just to get some footage from a distance. Of course, I've got a 200 millimeter on this baby that I'm holding right now. I'll be able to get a distance around the cops because they'll have they'll have the guard posted around so the actors aren't disturbed. That's what usually happens. That's part of zoning. We're on Merrick right now. I believe we were on Merrick. I'm sorry, we're on Burton Hill. This is Burton Hill going down here. I use it all the time in the vlog. So just right down the road, and listen, this ain't the only time Taylor Sheridan's been a close miss with me. I do take Burton Hill all the time, which in Merrick is a very common route. The other time was he was right down the road from Heisen's Needs a Pizza, and when I was working there, he was shooting at that little steak restaurant or whatever it is, right over there by the hot kitchen place. Whatever that hot chicken place is. Right next across the street, or really right down the street from Heisen's Needs a Pizza. He was filming there, Madison. So this isn't the first time. So if I run across Taylor, I'll let him know that. I was like, hey man, we've come across paths a few times. I've got some ideas. I've got some screenplays. They're not exactly like yours. I'm not in the same world, but yet it is creative stuff. We're on our way. If Taylor hears about Rib, he could certainly be a producer if he wanted to. It's revolutionary, but remember, it's a surreal cop drama, and it does deal with time travel, so I don't know if he likes to go that direction. But there is a revolutionary independent branch, and I'm a big Remo Williams fan, as well as Primer. I think Primer is one of the best time travel movies ever. I like Looper, too, and Minority Report's pretty good, too. There'll be a little bit of that in it, but it starts off as a revolutionary independent branch, where there's these revolutionaries that are like militia. I started getting the idea when I started seeing Civil War, the movie with Kirsten Dunst, and then like recently the P.T. Anderson's One Battle After Another. Those were movies that were kind of in the distance. I didn't see those movies, but I saw the trailers and I felt their energy. The reason I mention Remo Williams, I think Fred Ward, and Joel Grey, the reason I mention it is because it deals with training, like meditative training. I got a lot of that at the Actor Studio. There was kind of a Remo Williams feel, like Zen kind of thing, right? So that happens in Rib. It's most of like the movie, but then they activate that. They learn and then they progress into the action of what they learned, meaning they do what they learned, right? There's at the end they catch the serial killer, but they have to learn these stealth combat skills.
that woman, I knew. I know a Tammy when I see a Tammy. How did I know what store she worked at? Because I'm a Pisces boy. Yeah, I'm a little bit Watch out for the pothole. I should have did fix the pothole the other day.
There was a pothole problem.
Uh-huh. And they finally get rid of the freaking Bud Ice freaking thing. No, they didn't. See, they're not actually doing what they're supposed to do. Choose Bud Ice can, that is. There you find some. That tells you how much maintenance they're doing, huh? That's what happens when you don't work for 3 weeks during the ice storm and mean managers and stuff. What are... That's called Bud Ice. Bud Light. But, by the way, they are moving locations, by the way. Some guy looked so pissed off. Hey, good to see you again. Man, I'm starting to see you every day. I don't know his name. That's my name. He usually hits up the store at 10 o'clock. He's cool. I think he's cool. Hey, wash your sweater. Come on. Alright, this is like property over here. We need to get moving. Come on. You don't want to be in one property at one time. See my children before I send you any money. Are they still alive? Are you doing this? Huh? By the way, y'all, David, Elizabeth,
Hey, Gwendolyn.
hmm I have a hard time saying that. Watch out for the jerk. I protect my people. Happy Valentine's Day.
That's
Your
February
daddy
14th.
misses you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I
Whatever
do.
issues.
Haven't seen him since March 9th of 2019. March 9th, 2019 was the last time I saw him.
And here we go again.
Now they're
I have
almost
an
grown.
issue about picking shit. There we go.
That's pretty good. She's doing Kick the Can. And that is actually a Spielberg, one of my favorites. Well, it's a good one. Twilight Zone. Spielberg directed one, and they kicked the can. I know, I got water on it.
No, be careful. You have to do soccer ball.
And they say, alley, alley, oxen spree.
You know what? David knows how to play soccer.
I played soccer quite a bit.
Too. Yeah. And I'm David Clark.
Yeah, it's a Spielberg Twilight Zone. He directed it. Well, he directed one episode. I believe it was called Kick the Can, maybe.
Swear.
It might have been called Kick the Can. I'll have to look it up. I always forget the name of it. But Steven Spielberg directed it. It had the guy that was in The Shining that played the black caretaker that talks to Danny and says, Danny, do you see the light? Or he says something about The Shining.
All right, let's go.
He goes, you got the shining, boy. That was the same one in Kick the Can. I guess it was, I call it Kick the Can. But it was Spielberg. He directed it in Twilight Zone in like late 80s, I think. It's one of the greatest Twilight Zone movies.
I'm making a mistake.
Although one director got in trouble because he killed 3 people with a helicopter in one scene. I can't think of his name either. I don't think he's around anymore, but he was sued. But yeah, Spielberg did okay. He did a pretty good one. I think it's called Kick the Can. We'll look it up later. I looked it up. Kick the Can. Steven Spielberg directed in the 80s. Twilight Zone. In a world distant from ours now, a woman walks alone. She finds a beer can and begins to kick it. Then she wakes up and is completely sober. known as the Twilight Zone. No, 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 no. Linda, where you going? Did you just kick that can? Linda, remember me? I'm over here. Remember me?
Who drinks Big Red?
I drink Big Red.
Fucking black.
It's nice to see you. Where are you going? You're going nowhere. In the episode, you become completely sober. A man, an actor, known as Cole,
I'm an actor.
and an actress named Linda on the Please Subscribe show. Linda had a drinking problem, and then she kicked the can and became sober.
You kicked the can first.
I did kick the can first.
I want April to apologize for me from Kroger.
You want to do what?
I want April to apologize.
You want April to apologize?
Yes.
What did she do wrong?
You know that.
I wasn't there. You have to tell me.
Not telling me right now. She's mean.
What'd she do wrong?
All right. How does it feel like when you work at a certain company of Kroger and then you lost your assistant manager and you lost Rhodes and lost me? Why? Why?
I'm sorry.
Obviously somebody's a fucking bully.
I wasn't there, so I don't understand what happened.
You heard her talk to me.
She talked bad about you?
It's not about her doing her job. It's the way she treats her coworkers.
And what did she do wrong?
She's just mean.
And she was mean.
She's just mean.
Did she yell at you?
No.
Then what did you do?
I retaliate.
Well, you left. So you go to HR is what you should have done. Plus they have a union, and the union could protect you.
No, I'm not. I'm not yet.
You're
Because
not.
I don't give up on other people.
Oh, I know you don't. That's a good thing.
But she's mean. And everybody knows that. I only have 5 friends in my life. Who do I have? You? You're my friend. I'm Dustin. No, she's fucking mean. I want her to apologize. So she's going to happen on Tuesday.
You think it'll happen on Tuesday? Well, you know, it is good to make friends at work, but you got to keep it professional. You don't want to get too attached.
Oh, shut up, stupid. Let's go. But I do not like her. Her last words to me was like, never, ever.
Hang on. What is that? What is that?
I never, ever, ever want you in my department again.
Wait a minute. Hang on. It suddenly stopped. Wonder what happened to him.
Ew, strawberry. I thought it was watermelon. Eat some steak.
All right. It was February 14th when she kicked the can. And suddenly, out of nowhere, she had no cravings of alcohol. So can we just skip the liquor store this time, sweetie?
Yeah, I guess so. Watch out for the potholes.
Oh, there's a
Watch out,
pothole?
Watch out.
Oh, yeah, that is a... I don't know
Those
what that
metal
is.
pieces.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of car.
Just a fancy little...
Well, let's go see Edmund.
I know. Don't throw water on them. Otherwise, I'll throw it on your ass.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Let me kiss you.
It'll be a form of a baptism. You ready?
I guess I'm ready. Are we ever ready in life? Can you help me? This is a bit. That's why it's called cut off line. Come on. Can you help me? Come on, it's funny. Yeah, slow it down, bitch. Can you help me? Quit it before I bite your fucking penis.
What's wrong?
Walk off, bitch, fuck. I have angry issues. Alright. Cut it off for now for like 5 minutes.
Linda? Is that you? Why are you a cat? How did you do that?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
You're a kitty cat.
I'm gonna open up a school.
And you're opening that with your mind. How did you do that? Kitty, how did you learn to cook? Where did Kitty go? You're pooping and cooking at the same time? Cool.
One tablespoon.
Pretty big thing of butter.
1 tablespoon. Oh, no anymore. Stop, piss off, I'm not.
Let me see something. This is like a magic trick. Look at that. I didn't know you could cook it with butter. Right, Kitty? Now you're going back over there again. It's Edmund Tuxedo Scratchy Cassavetes. What did you say, Kitty? I'm still editing right now. But be sure to stir the steak.
I have 2 minutes. Yes.
All right.
I don't want to burn. And my spins are already sanitized. I'm an awesome person. I do multi-task.
I think your alarm went off.
No, it was totally different.
Still editing.
Hold on.
Kitty, I got a piece of meat for you. It's a little piece of meat. Do you want it? Come on. A little piece of meat. Voila. You gotta jump for it. You have to perform in order to survive. later, we'll get some of this. So it's going to be pita bread on white pita bread, steak. We'll probably put some cheese on there too.
I don't know, I'm just... I can wash my hair.
I'm going to add a little bit of this steak and some spinach. I'm going to top it off to make it really work. Sriracha comes from Sriracha Ranch. It's basically Cantonese. This is Cantonese. A lot of people think it's Spanish. Okay. Well, welcome to my table, dude. There it is. And I got some of the Cantonese sriracha on it. Put some lemon. And it's like this little street taco with a pita bread. Look at that one. That's something Cassavetes would eat, because he was Greek. And he'd probably have like a little bit of wine with it. So I don't have that, but I have other parts of it. I've had it before. Quite a bit, but not all the time. This is good eating. You would never believe where we got the steak. We got it from a food pantry. And you know what I have? I have avocado. Avocado would be great.
I hear her voice in the shower. Sometimes late after hours, trying to get in my head, kicking me out of the bed. I crawl back in the morning, trying to forget what was said. Always a new day ahead. There's no telepathy. There's no proof that you see. There's no telepathy. It's only love you see. It's only me making fun of me. It's only me. making fun of me. There's no telepathy. There's no proof, you see. It's only me making fun of me. I hear her voice in the shower. Sometimes late after hours, trying to get in my head, kicking me out of the bed. I crawl back in the morning, trying to forget what was said. Always a new day ahead. There's no telepathy. There's no proof that you see. There's no telepathy. It's only love, you see. It's only me making fun of me. It's only me making fun of me. There's no telepathy. There's no proof, you see. It's only me making fun of me.